I want to welcome you to our third episode of Street Beefs Live. My name is Daniel. I am the host of this show, but also the creator of The Heart and Fight. This show is being virtually produced by my esteemed colleague, Tunde. If this is your first time watching the show, we are a co-created program between Street Beefs and Heart and Fight, where we invite Street Beefs branch leaders and fighters after a fight event to provide us with their reflections, their insights on what transpired throughout the day and what they learned and what they will employ in the next event. So before we jump into the show, I want to remind you that if you haven't liked this video, what are you doing? You need to like this video. You need to follow Street Beefs and their affiliates on Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram, and certainly subscribe to this YouTube channel to get access to future content, especially when you think about all the fights that happened yesterday. So yesterday, as I just mentioned, April the 3rd, a huge event went down in OG Street Beefs Yard in Virginia, where there were some newcomers who were invited at the event, but also there were some familiar names like Showtime, Beach, OG Rampage, Menace Mike, Gorilla, Bad News, Challenge Accepted. And so you are about to see a lot of those videos drop on the YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribing to it. All right. So on the show today, we have the founder of Street Beef, Scarface, and the new heavyweight boxing champ, Gorilla. There's a lot to go through. So make sure you sit tight and enjoy this Sunday show. This is, and so I would like to welcome our first guest, Scarface.
My brother,
what's up?
Happy Easter.
Yeah, same to you, brother. Happy Easter, happy family days for those who don't celebrate Easter. And so, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. So, I appreciate everything you're doing. I just want to tell everybody, anybody that may be watching, go subscribe to Heart and the Fight. Follow them. They do an amazing job on this. It's a pleasure to have something like this associated with Street Beefs and done for Street Beefs. These guys are really good with their job. So it's awesome to be here. Thank you for all you do.
I think that's a huge compliment. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. And so before we get into some of what happened yesterday, can we get some updates on your fight at BLK Prime? What's going on with that?
So BLK Prime have reached out to me. I'm going to give you the rundown. First, they reached out to us just in general about interesting fighters coming out and doing interesting fights. Okay. And the original deal was they wanted Wolfman to fight King Erner, which that's happening. They had that set up and Wolfman and King Erner were ready to go. Then they reached out and said, look, Face, we would really, really like to get you to come out and do a fight. Being the founder of Street Beef, so on and so forth. And we'd like to get Wolverine to do a fight. So I was like, great, I'm down for that. What's up? So they started throwing out insane names. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm confident in my ability, and I was going to fight whoever they gave me. But dude, like Boom Boom Mancini's son is who they wanted me to fight. The guy's like got 67 wins in pro boxing. You know, he's a bad dude. But I was going to do it. I was like, hey, what do I got to lose? Everybody's going to feel like I'm just going to be the victim there, so I might as well take it. So I said, okay, I'll take that or whoever you can get me. So they came back, and I guess that one fell through. Said they were talking about Vargas. Then they came to another person that I'm not giving no clout to. I'm just going to say that I said, yes, I want that fight. And they reached out multiple times, and the person just wouldn't do it. Then it went to their latest thing is they want a person who's boxed the last 7 years to do MMA now. Yet they're still out here doing boxing matches. So they just did a boxing match. But for me, they'll only do MMA. So anyways, it came down to finally BLK Prime said that they would let me, or they wanted me to fight this guy named Lick Moss, who is King Earner's friend, and actually is a pretty well-known rapper, at least
Yeah.
underground, which I didn't know. I looked the guy up, and I started seeing a lot of people that like underground rap talking about him. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to come out and fight a rapper. So that's what I'm going to do. He seems like I said, he's a fellow Muslim. I'm a Muslim as well, and you know, I told him I don't take pride in what I'm about to do, but you got to fall in the ring. Afterwards, we can hug it out. So that's where we at, you know.
Yeah, and then where can folks go to tune into the fight? Because it's going to happen on April 24th. Is that right? On a Saturday?
April 24th. Unfortunately, BLK Prime hasn't. It's going to be streamed. We know that.
Okay.
It's going to be a pay-per-view stream. I don't know as much of the details as Corey does. Corey has been the one talking about all of that. I do know that we receive our plane tickets and stuff this Monday, and the address info, etc. So I'm going to press for more info then. But most definitely, I told them, I was like, look, dude, we got to start getting this info out ASAP. So that's where we're at.
Okay. And then, I mean, there's a little birdie going around here saying that maybe you might show up for Streetbeefs West Coast 8, because that happens the day before. Is that a possibility?
That's pretty much a guarantee, as long as everything goes to plan. That's my game plan. We want to attend Streetbeefs West Coast. We're also going to attend Scrapyard. Scrapyard's an affiliate of ours as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be the following weekend. But shout out to Scrapyard as well. But we're definitely coming to Streetbeefs West Coast, and I'm going to pay them a visit. We're excited, man.
That's awesome. And so I know since the Facebook kind of went down a little bit and you're still working to kind of reactivate it. So where can folks sign up to fight? So if they wanted to fight at 8, or if they wanted to fight at future Streetbeefs events, where can they go now, since the Facebook is kind of up in the air at the moment?
So, excuse me if I go on a rant here. Let me just say that Facebook is just terrible, man. Like, I got banned my personal account like 3 times over the last couple months for just nothing. They've got this computer system now that is banning people and flagging people for anything. So we decided that maybe, and there's some fans out there that have been telling me for years, dude, nobody watches Facebook. Nobody does. That's for old people. You need to get on the regular apps. And at the time, I was hard-headed, but now I'm with them. So there's multiple ways now. This was actually a blessing in disguise. Before, the only way you could sign up was Facebook. Now, you can sign up through the Streetbeefs website. You can find the link in all our video descriptions from the last event, Streetbeefs HQ. You can also sign up on Instagram. And if you are approved for our Streetbeefs VIP group on Facebook, you can sign up there as well. So there's 3 different ways to sign up. We've actually had a lot more signups since this happened. So it's been a blessing in disguise.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know that there's other outlets, there's other platforms that people can go to sign up for a fight. So if you're itching for a fight and you're looking for opportunities, the opportunities are there. You just have to go look for them. All right. And so I know folks want to know the tag team matches, like that was a huge success. It seems like it created a buzz across all the branches. And so can we look forward to more tag team matches, and can there potentially be a belt? Can there be a championship tag team duel?
We definitely will be doing more tag team matches. It was wildly successful. People enjoyed it. And I can tell you that I participated in one. It's fun. It's fun. You get to go in there with a teammate and fight 2 other guys. It's exciting. We had a big response to it. So we've had several people saying, I want to do it. So the next event, we're going to be doing several, and eventually it's going to lead to championships, team titles, etc. More of that.
Can folks jump off the cage?
No, we're not going to let them jump off the cage, but that's an idea, I guess. Like the old Royal Rumbles, right?
Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome. All right, cool. Well, then how does it work? Do you get assigned a partner the day that you show up, or can you pick a partner before you sign up?
You can pick a partner and say, look, me and my boy want to fight. Can you get us a matchup? So on and so forth. Or you can show up and say, yo, I'd love to do a tag team match. Can you pair me and some people up? And then we'll reach out to the fighters that are there and see if we can put it together. So either or we can make happen. But for me, probably the best way to do it is to grab yourself a partner and reach out and say, we want to do a tag team match.
All right, you heard it here. So the best possible way is to certainly assign yourself a partner, one that you think will be successful in this tag team, and sign up together. If not, there's always another possibility of being assigned someone the day of. So there is no excuses. So if you want to try the tag team thing, there's certainly ways to do that. And so let's talk about this event. So yesterday, what was the turnout?
Oh, man, it was big. It was a great event. I think we had 54 fights, which is just unheard of for this time of year. Usually we don't start rocking to that level till fall. So yeah. I'm excited to see what fall is going to look like. It's just been progressively getting bigger, and bigger. And, I think that yesterday, to me, was one of the better feel-good events we've ever had. It was just amazing. Everybody was in a good mood. There was no drama, no negativity. Everybody was positive. It was an awesome setting.
And you have multiple championship fights on the card as well, right?
We had a few. Yes, we did. We had a few championship fights. Then on top of it, we had some good matchups in general. We had several guys who were 4-1 pairing off against each other. A few 3-0 guys pairing off against each other. So we had some good matchups just overall. And again, it was just a great day.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. And so one of the people who was there yesterday and is now the newly crowned heavyweight boxing champ, Gorilla. So let's welcome Gorilla to the show. Gorilla?
Gorilla always likes to make an entrance, so he might be taking his time.
Yeah, it looks like he dropped out for a second. So let's talk about Gorilla, right? And so he goes into the event as the new champ.
Yep.
And so if you look at his match yesterday, I was able to catch it on the live. And so he had this really big dude. I can't remember the guy's name to fight.
I apologize. I can't either. And can I remark on that just real quick?
Yeah.
A lot of times the fans, they'll see me sometimes stumble on the names before a fight. You have to understand, I try to look organic by not reading off a card. And we have so many new fighters. Like, you got to realize every month we have at least 30, 40 new fighters. So it's impossible. And sometimes it just gets jumbled in your head. But, yeah, he was a big guy, huge. I mean, Gorilla's not little. Gorilla's around 225. And this guy outweighed Gorilla by every bit of 40, 50 pounds.
Yeah. And so how do you determine his fights moving forward now that he's a champ? Because I know from previous conversations, there was conversations around committees determining who gets to fight him. And so is that decided beforehand, or is that decided the day of who he's going to fight?
So I'm going to tell you, having fighters like Gorilla as the champ is a beautiful blessing, but also a curse. Yeah. And the reason is Gorilla always wants to fight. He's not like my other, well, I won't say my other champs. please nobody take offense to that. Because what I'm about to say is not a bad thing per se. Some of the other champs, you know, they're happy to, we allot 4 months before each title defense. And some champs, they like to take that 4 months and build and try to improve and get better. Whereas a guy like Gorilla, I almost got to fight to keep him out of the ring. Like, it's every freaking event. Even if we have a mixer, which is a second event in the month, he's there wanting to fight. And this fight yesterday, I didn't match it up. I wouldn't have matched it up because he's a champ. I don't want you fighting some dude that's 50, 60 pounds heavier than you. Really, I don't want nobody doing that. But next thing I know, Gorilla's walking up, I gotta fight. I was like, who? And I see the dude walk up and I was like, that giant? You know, that's Gorilla. He always wants to fight. He does not care who it is. That's his mindset.
And so we potentially might be seeing 10 title defenses this year, or even 10 to 20, considering that he loves to fight.
That's right. Now, let me clarify. A situation like yesterday would not be a title defense. I don't allow that. For us to call it an actual title defense, it's got to be with a fighter who somewhat earned a shot, that has some wins on the record. So when Gorilla shows up and is like, I want to fight Baze Ba, we'll put him in, but we don't want somebody who's 0-0 getting a shot at the title. So a lot of times it'll be a non-title fight.
All right. I mean, thank you for the clarification on that, because for someone who, like him, who likes to fight at every single card, shows up at every single card, I would imagine it's really difficult to get his, I guess, qualified opponents to be able to fight at the schedule that he likes to fight at. And so
that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
And so I would imagine that would mean if you have a record in a different yard, say like in the West Coast or in Scrapyard, can they come over and fight him on the main yard?
We do allow that. But much like with the Shinigami Big Smile fight, it was a kind of a fantasy fight wherein the records would be updated, and we would acknowledge that it's two champs fighting each other, but we can't let somebody from another branch take a belt home. For example, let's say Big Smile won the West Coast belt. Well, then the guys from the West Coast, how are they going to compete for that belt? Because Big Smile's not exactly going to be coming out there every month or every couple months, and vice versa if Shinigami had won the East Coast belt. So we got to look ahead at it, you know, especially me as the guy running things, and understand that we can't put these belts on the line with these inter-conference matchups, because it's going to be hard for these fighters to travel across country and defend their belts.
That makes complete sense. Thank you for the clarification. With that, we would like to bring Gorilla onto the show. Gorilla, my man, how you doing, man?
I'm cool, and what's up?
How you feeling, champ?
Man, I'm feeling the same, yo. Like I always feel, man. Chilling, you know what I mean? Just with the
smoke.
How'd you
feel? So how'd you feel going into the event as the champ?
Same thing, yo. Just I don't be thinking about it, yo. You feel me? Like it just, you know what I mean? Like I say all the time, yo. Like I accomplished, you know what I mean, a lot of things in street beef that a lot of people really don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like I just don't bring it to forth because I care about it, but at the same time, my mission is to just go in there and spank something. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, I'm the first heavyweight that ever had 20 wins, 2 losses, 21 wins, 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the Wall of Fame twice. You know what I mean? And it might be on there a third time because I got 5 fights in already this year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Just never know. But I like it. You feel me? I mean, I feel as though that I'm the one who really supposed to have it at any time. Like I rather fought for it, of course. Of course, I rather spank some heads for it because I knew I was gonna win. I was itching. I was itching for to fight that man. I was hitting that man up and face up all the time, itching. I was itching to fight him.
He
But you know what
was.
I mean, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean, he don't have it now. It goes to somebody who gonna come out more than one time every 2 years. One title defense in 2 years. You feel me? Like in 2 years, I probably had about who knows 19 of them. You feel me? I don't care. Listen, I don't care. I'm gonna give every heavyweight a chance, yo, to get the belt, yo. I'm gonna
All
win.
right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, right?
For.
So how many times do you plan to fight this year then? As the
How many
champ?
times I'm planning to fight this year?
Yeah, as the champ.
The whole year. I'm like, oh, it's the whole year. Unless I got an injury. That's the only thing. Like a lot of people don't know. I came to my yesterday fight. If you can see my finger is broke. You get what I'm saying? I pulled the tendon in my left finger, middle finger, and it won't straighten out. I came into the fight like that yesterday. I was gonna fight Flake like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what people don't know, yo, is like I'm born for this, yo. I just started late. You know what I'm saying? Started late, but I'm born for this.
All right, and so with the finger injury, is that the reason why you lost in the basketball game? I just want to make sure that isn't.
No, it's not the reason why. Listen, it's not the reason why I lost in the basketball game, right? But I was protecting it. I was basically jumping with one hand.
I'm trying to give you alley-oop, brother. I'm trying to give you alley-oop. Just dunk that in.
They won. I ain't had my squad though. You know what I'm saying? I'm having bums on my squad. I had bums and like I ain't had nobody. I mean, I scored twice, but that's not enough. You get what I'm saying? That's not enough. I need a team. If we playing teams, I need a team. I play point guard. So
we're gonna give you that give back.
Floor general, huh?
We're gonna give you a rematch.
Yeah, man. Make sure it's not in the wintertime. We needed this summer.
I got you.
All right, word. And so who do you have your eyes on as the champ? Is there any particular contenders that you're like, yo, I want to fight this person?
Whoever. But listen, whoever. But I do got my eyes on fighting somebody over there in the Cali branch though, because they keep talking about they poured up on him and saying he was talking smack about fighting Gorilla. He can get his wish. Like I said, I'm different, yo, than them other Cali dudes over there.
Who is it? Who is it?
619. Come outside. It's your birthday.
Oh wow. So 619, from what I understand, it reached out to Esteban wanting to fight him too. So I'm gonna make that fight happen with 619 and Gorilla. If somebody could tell me 619's win-loss record, if it's good enough, I will fly him out for a mega fight versus Gorilla.
He's 5-0. He's 5-0.
619, if you're reaching, if you're watching this, I'm going to reach out to you, and I'm either going to fly Gorilla to Cali, or I'm going to fly you to Virginia so this fight can happen.
And here's the interesting part too, is that he fights the Canadian for the light heavyweight championship belt coming April 23rd, West Coast event. But he has been calling out Gorilla. He's been calling out a lot of the heavyweights. Yeah. He said he wants that smoke.
Well, hey, I admire the confidence. So we most definitely, I love all the champions from all branches. Shout out to 619. Congrats on being 5-0. We're gonna put it together. I'm gonna we're coming to Cali next month, and now my wheels are spinning, and I'm wondering if I can maybe bring Gorilla and his wife with us to Cali to do the fight out there. But Gorilla, I'm gonna talk to you more because I know you may have a work schedule, etc.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, I'm ready. Listen, I'm ready, man. You feel me?
And here's the thing, though. I spoke to 619 last week, and he said after I get done with the Canadian, he can take on Gorilla next. He said he could take you on in the second round.
He said here what he said here
He's going to dust off the Canadian in the first round, and he's going to dust you off in the second round.
man, he gotta get past the Canadian. Ain't no joke, man.
Yeah, that's
No.
look.
Listen,
the
he got a little
Canadian.
gas tank too.
Yeah,
Because when I was getting popped up last fight, man,
yeah.
he was looking a little shaky, baby.
I'm gonna tell you. You know, it's funny because the reason I was late to this show is because I was on the phone with the Canadian, and I fought the Canadian before. The kid's a fighter. He can
Oh, yeah.
fight. So 619 should not look past him. But if he does get past him, if he finishes Gorilla in the second round, I will be. Look, that's not me taking a side in any way. I just know the Gorilla. I've never even seen Gorilla hurt in a fight. Like I've never
Never.
seen him knocked, never seen him hurt. So to think that somebody's going to finish him in the second round is shocking to me.
Man, Cornflake couldn't even do that. Cornflake couldn't even do that. So, you know what I mean?
Y'all fought twice
Cornflake couldn't
before,
even finish me.
right?
I don't get.
No,
Yeah, I probably. I mean, I do get hit though, but I move. I'm a move. I'm real good in the inside, and I can move on the outside. So it's like different. I'm awkward. So it's like you don't know what's going to come. You feel me? You just got to be ready for it. I know, you know what I mean? McDonald's around the corner from Cali somewhere, and I'm giving out order fries with every McRib sandwich. So, yeah, you can get it.
Hey, can I speak on something regarding Gorilla? Because I think for one that people get mad that I defend Gorilla regularly, think I'm showing favoritism. Well, let me tell you something. If you go up to the UFC and Dana White has a fighter that's winning and will fight anybody, guess what he's going to do? He's going to speak highly of him because that's a real fighter. With Gorilla, it boggles my mind when I read the comments. People just talking trash that he can't fight. He's not a good fighter. His style is a unique style. But if you watch, he's beating people down in the ring, beating them down. He's making grown-ass men just befuddled. The guy yesterday, shout out to the guy he fought yesterday. He's a big, tough dude. But in the second round, I seen the guy's eyes getting big, like, damn, what am I in the middle of here? And that's what he does to people. And I can tell you, anybody out there underestimating him, think about it before you get in the ring. It's an experience.
Yeah, certainly. When I look at Gorilla fight, it reminds me of Bernard Hopkins, right? Bernard Hopkins is kind of awkward. He has his own unique kind of style. He clinches, but uses the clinch as a way to maneuver, but also to hit his opponent. And so when I look at Gorilla, I see a lot of really good comparisons between him and Bernard Hopkins. And so that's why to me, it's no surprise that Gorilla has so many wins. It's no surprise that he fights as often as he does because he doesn't get hurt that way, right? Bernard Hopkins was not getting hurt in his style. And so
good comparison. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. So Gorilla, man, outside of 619, who else you have your eyes on? Anyone else?
In the OG yard, anybody that's heavyweight contender, I don't care. You feel me? If you earn the right to get the belt, then I got it. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We got to do it. You feel me? So, like I said, you feel me? When I go in the ring, I go in as it's an equal thing. 50-50. You can win 50% chance, I can win 50% chance. I start saying the chances increase or decrease as the rounds go in. You get what I'm saying? I mean, what I see working, I'm real good at catching people through the first round. If you notice, a lot of people don't notice that first round, I used to rarely do nothing. I used to just sit back and just look and weave punches and just throw a couple jabs here and there and be like, so this how you fight. And then second round, it changes up because I started off southpaw, but I fight orthodox now since I started boxing with neutral corner. So I can move from left to right in the mid motion. I forgot the dude's name that used to fight, an old fighter. I forgot his name. Used to move like that. Used to be all he could move like it was crazy. I forgot his name. I'm gonna look him up though, and I'm gonna get back to y'all with the name though. But he was good with the in and out movements.
Yeah. I think you bring a really interesting point, right? Is that once you got to neutral corner boxing, like it helped improve your fighting. And so can you tell folks what it's like being at neutral corner boxing, the kind of advice and guidance that they've given you to help prolong and give you this really kind of polished record and now as the heavyweight champ, right? In the ways that they've guided you to this journey. So if you can just give people a little bit of info.
Man, neutral corner, the best gym I ever been to. You know what I'm saying? Like, coach, he trained. He take his time to train. He take his time to train everybody in there for real. That's one thing I learned about him. Then you got
Coach Shaw
come down there and give us nice balls and train with the mitts. And man, we be having it's hard, yo. I'm not even gonna lie. And then when you actually think about every fighter in there. It's hard. I mean, no matter how good or how like what level they is, it's just so hard to take them down because they all they got like this tough mentality because it's us, yo. It's Face and Esteban, Omar, B Rose, Turk, D Shaw, we all going there. We be in there.
I mean, listen, I don't mean to interrupt him, but me and Esteban were talking about this yesterday. The gym is just full of savages. I mean, we got Bad News, Corey, Gorilla, Esteban, Omar. I mean, I could go on for days. Prodigal Son. There's so many.
Joker.
You know, there's so many good fighters, and they say iron sharpens iron. And I really believe, because when you go in there, you see all these other beasts. You're like, man, I'm not going to be the weak one here. So you step your game up, and it just makes you better as a fighter. It really does.
Yes, sir.
All right. And so if there's a fighter who's watching and say, hey, I want to get to neutral corner boxing and help sharpen up my skills, where can they reach them?
So the fastest way, look, it's 637 North Winland Street, Winchester, Virginia. Just show up to the gym, but the second fastest way is the Facebook group or the Instagram page. That's how you can get more info on Neutral Corner.
Awesome. And so it's a pleasure to have you both on the show. Any last remarks you would like to say to those who are watching?
I'll go first, Gorilla. Listen, shout out to everybody that supports us. The support lately has been amazing. Shout out to the West Coast. Shout out to Scrapyard. Much love to all of our fighters. And make sure you tune in May 1st. Going to be another big event. And go follow our website, Streetbeefs HQ.
Awesome. Gorilla?
Yeah, I want to say shout out the whole movement. You feel me? The whole Street Beef movement, Scarface. I want to give a shout out to my wife because without her, like I said, like she keep me going when I'm not at the gym, as far as the workouts. And shout out to my kids that come support with us. Shout out to 619 for not being scared to take this fight. No, I mean, just shout out to everybody. Neutral Corner, Daniel Shaw, Coy, the whole gang. Yeah, man, we up next, man. You know, so
that's right.
That's all.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your time. Yeah,
hey, thank you. Hard in the fight. Course. We appreciate y'all.
Of course. Well, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We had Gorilla, we had Scarface. They were talking about not only the prior event, but they were talking about what Street Beefs is going to look like in the future, some of the potential matchups with 619 and Gorilla. Just imagine that, seeing champions fly from one division to the next, fighting each other's best. So it only gives you a small picture of what this is going to look like later on down the line. So it seems like there's tons of exciting news. So definitely keep tuning in and continue to get involved in Street Beefs. So I have a few announcements before I kind of give our outro. So for one, If you are looking to fight, right, get the backyard Street Beefs experience. There are 2 fight events that are coming right around the corner. One, as it was mentioned, in Southern California, which is the West Coast 8 event that they will be hosting on Friday, April 23rd. And then we also have the Washington State and the Pacific Northwest Scrapyard Division, where they're going to be hosting their event on April 24th, unless it gets postponed. But at the moment, it's April 24th. So be sure to join those Facebook groups and follow those branches on Instagram and get the latest fight information. Second announcement is that Heart in the Fight recently partnered with Street Beefs West Coast fighters, Wedo and 619, to create the Wedo and the Mexican podcast that live streams twice a month on Thursday nights. And so if you're into friendly and competitive trash talking, hilarious commentary, and brutally honest fight talk, and sometimes it gets into murky kind of locker room talk, but if you like that, if that's what you're into, be sure to subscribe to that podcast. You can find that show on the Heart in the Fight YouTube channel. And because we're talking about shows, if you haven't subscribed to Scarface's and Wolverine Surviving the System, you are missing out. Make sure you find them out on Twitch, subscribe, and to check that out. So if you like what you saw, like what you heard, please subscribe to the Street Beefs channel. If you want to sign up for a fight, as I mentioned before, you can always go to the Facebook accounts or go on to the Street Beefs on website. So with that, fights are really interesting because it's in those moments where you get to begin to test yourself. And so if you want that experience, if you're itching to really test yourself, to feel alive, make sure you subscribe. There will be a fight at every single month, at every single branch. And so there are plenty of opportunities to glove up and test yourself. So in the words of West Coast fighter Fiji, it is in these fights where you learn the truth about yourself. So make sure, if you want to learn more about yourself and how you respond to adversity, sign up. Remember, as always, guns down, gloves up. Until the next time, take care. And I appreciate you all for joining the show.
We solve it in the yard and we leave it. Agreed?
Any coward can pull a trigger, but it take a real man to look another man in the eyes, punch him right in the face. 5-star wolf pack. Step in the cage and I'm giving out work. Satan's backyard, you ain't trying to get hurt. I'ma bring the pain, you gon' get it to work.